Greetings folks, Dice Kitty here. I want to talk to you all about my Star Trek Attack Wing Nationals tournament experience. So, Nationals was held at Origins Game Fair, and it's the first time I've ever played in a major competitive event. Most of the time, all the time actually, all the WKOs and everything, they were all too far away for me to go and play in. So this was my first actual competitive event. I've always hosted and run the ones, the organized play events here in Dyersburg. I went to Memphis a couple of times and played there, but none of them were major, like large events. They were just casual, organized play, those type of things. So anyway, I was a little hesitant about playing. I almost didn't play. The reasoning behind that is talked about a little bit in my article that corresponds with this video. I don't want to go into that here. So I want to talk about my experience playing a competitive tabletop game at Origins. Now, I played in a couple of different ones, so different game events. So this one was very unique. The reason it felt unique to me is because when I walked in and sat down, it was less than 5 minutes and somebody had already approached me and asked, hey, you play Attack Wing? Sure, I play Attack Wing. And from there, I just went into a conversation about my fleet, his fleet, different fleets, Star Trek in general. And then as people started coming in and sitting down, they joined in the conversation, or they would break off and mingle with other people. And it was an overall very positive experience. I didn't feel like I was singled out for being the only girl. I felt like I was one of the community members. I don't want to say one of the guys, because that's not how it was. It was, you are one of us. We are Attack Wing. So that's why I put that picture up with the hashtag We Are Attack Wing on it, because it felt like I had found the gaming community for me. And it feels natural. It didn't feel forced or anything. So the people who played at Nationals, all of them great people. Jeff, he covered the event, so he put up pictures, he put up updates as it was going down. He actually has a thread, which I'm pretty sure I linked in the article, and it gives the overall details of the event plus links to everyone's fleets. Thank you, Jeff, for doing that. That was great. That even helped me for my article, because I didn't have to go and spend a ton of time trying to dig up fleets. So Jeff, you helped me a bunch. And Chris, thank you, Chris, for keeping up with Utopia. That is a excellent tool for players. So out of 15 players, I have no clue what place I got. I don't think WizKids has put the standings, the final standings up yet. I keep watching for them and I don't see them. But I know I didn't place anywhere significant. I mean, I was in the 1-2 crew, so I'm down somewhere in the bottom, I imagine. But I didn't go to win. I went to play. I went to play Attack Wing. I went to have fun. I went to meet the people who I've seen in the Facebook groups. There were so many other reasons to go that I decided early on that I was just going to play my Klingon fleet. I didn't want to try to build some big meta, destroyer type fleet. So that's what I did. I played my Klingons. I was comfortable with them. But I made a couple of changes beforehand. That is a big no-no for me. I don't know why I haven't learned this yet, but I should never change my stuff right before a tournament. And before we left for Origins, I changed my fleet. One of the mistakes I made was on Chang's Bird of Prey. I had these two cards. So one of them, Standby Torpedoes, says you may disable this card instead of spending your target lock when attacking with photon torpedoes. Alright, well, hey, that's That's cool, right? That sounds like an awesome card to have, as long as it's not these photon torpedoes. Says, attack if this ship has a target lock token on the defending ship. Place 2 time tokens on this card. So, you don't have to spend the target lock, making this card useless. So, I goofed. But I realized what my mistake was. I'm going to fix it for Worlds. I still plan to keep Chemosite on Chang's Bird of Prey, hopefully. If not, I'll put it on one of my other ships. And I also would like to keep, I'm trying to find her, where'd she go? I want to keep 7 of 9 as well. I like both of those cards as additions to my fleet. I just need to swap out some torpedoes on 2 ships, because the other ship that has torpedoes has the wrong torpedoes. So I want to swap out some torpedoes and start practicing for Worlds. I don't have long. But anyway, so even with the mistakes I made on my fleet, I still had a lot of fun. Round 1, I played against Matt Brown. I lost to Matt. He took my fleet out 130-0. I didn't care though. It was just a lot of fun to play. And Gowron, the wayward son of Kalis, was the only one left, and he was evading like every hit that Matt threw at me, and until right there at the very end, he just couldn't pull it out anymore and blew up. It just happens. But had lots of fun, and Matt even pointed something out. I thought Gowron had died sooner. Gowron was running the Vorn. He was on the IKS Vorn. So I thought he had blown me up, and Matt says, oh wait, he's not blown up. And I'm like, oh, he's not. So he kept going. Matt rolled really well. I did not roll as well, but I always roll terrible. So when my dice started rolling like crap, I was like, well, these are my rolls. So I just went with it, had fun. So round 2, I played against Gene Z. I am not going to butcher this wonderful man's last name. I can't pronounce it. So Z is, that's all I can do, because I can't say it, and I'm not going to disrespect him like that. So I did defeat Gene. It was not a 130 win, but that's okay. I didn't expect to blow up any of his ships. He was running Dominion. I always lose to Dominion, but he had my rolls, and I had Matt's rolls from the previous round. So I felt bad, but it's what happens. It's a dice game as much as it is a strategy game and a tactical game. So I feel really bad about the win. I hate winning like that, but it happens. So Gene was still a good sport. We had fun. Great person. Round 3, I played against Dan Ward. I couldn't have had a better opponent to finish my tournament off with. So, yeah, we only played 3 rounds. I couldn't have started the tournament with a better opponent than Matt, and I couldn't have finished with a better opponent than Dan. Me and Dan had a blast. Like, we just banter back and forth, had lots of fun. Great guy. And all these people were great to talk to. Everyone in the tournament was great to talk to. They were all nice. I felt so at home and so welcome. It's like I'd known these people for a while, even though I hadn't really known them. But I was very sad when the tournament was finally done, because I was like, but I don't want it to be done. I want us to keep hanging out. I want us to keep talking. But once it was done, it was Saturday. People were leaving, and it's like, I was very, very sad when it was all done. But it was a great day overall. Like, for Attack Wing and playing. Had so much fun. I can't wait for Origins next year, because I plan to play so long as WizKids continues to support the game and host events. I will be there playing at Origins and having fun, probably playing my Klingons or maybe some different fleet that I just come up with. So anyway, that was my experience. It was great. couldn't have asked for a better one. So hopefully I will see a lot of you folks in September at Worlds or at Origins next year. Live long and prosper. Glory for the Empire. Qapla'!